A series of 4 short films called PS has been released today in conjunction with the annual Public Service Week. The films are directed by 4 young Singaporean filmmakers through a collaboration with Splash Productions. They tell the real-life stories of public officers from various fields and how their work makes a difference to the lives of Singaporeans. And I'm joined by 2 of the filmmakers tonight, and we have Sufyan, he's director of PS Finding L, and Sabrina Poon, director of PS Nothing Gold Can Stay. Now, before we kick off this interview, I would like to watch a snippet of Sufyan's your film. It's called PS Finding L. So let's take a look at this.
Study so hard for what? Yeah, lor, you from girls' home one leh. Useless.
Okay, Sufyan, so, can you elaborate what we saw there and, also what inspired you to, to do this PS Finding L?
So basically, that snippet was actually a scene of L, which is a girl from the girls' home. She's actually studying, doing her work in school, and she got bullied by her peers. So then after that, the next scene is we see Natasha's at home, or having dinner with her family. Then she receives a text from L saying that she doesn't want to go back. So Natasha, being responsible, and she wants to go above her line of duty, above and beyond in her line of duty, and decides to go ahead and search for L. Yeah.
Okay, so who is Natasha then?
Natasha is a youth guidance officer in the Singapore Girls' Home.
Okay, so what inspired you to do this film then?
So when I met Natasha, through the interview with her, I realized she's very dedicated to her job and her passion. And so through this interaction with her, it compels me to even want to tell the story even more.
Okay, so we have another one. We're going to watch another short clip now, and it's of Sabrina's film, and it's called PS Nothing Gold Can Stay.
We realized the name you gave us was spelled differently. His name was Chua Ting Chok.
I always used to call him Akia.
Sabrina, I watched that short clip before we did this. It's actually very, sad. What was it like directing this, and what are you hoping your audiences will take away after watching the film, though?
Well, this itself, it's about the public service sector who actually takes care of the after-death facilities and the services that they provide to the public. I would say that during times like this, it's very vulnerable for many families or next of kin who have just lost their loved ones. So during such vulnerable moments, and you have to get all this information, trying to look for a niche space and things like that, having someone to be there to guide you or even be there as a coming companion or presence during this emotional journey, it's really crucial. So for Nothing Gold Can Stay, it talks about how a young man who wants to reunite both his parents who has actually passed on, and he has trouble trying to locate the niche because from his understanding of his father's name, it was slightly different than what was registered in the registry. So in such a case, it's actually inspired by an actual event whereby a family member wanted to locate the deceased, but because of she only remembers the Chinese name, so it was tough to find who it was until they, one by one, they started combing through all the 36,000-ish in order to find.
That's a lot. So very, very quickly, what were some of the biggest learning points for you, directing this film? Sabrina, I'll start with you very quickly.
I would say that, first of all, to know about this role even exists, it's really a learning curve, because who would have thought that we actually do have a public service role who is taking care of things like that. Secondly, during the whole process of understanding how the niche and the locating it works and the marble plugs, there's a lot of things that I actually learned from directing this film itself.
Right. Sufyan?
I feel my appreciation towards the public officers grew. And I also appreciate the work that you guidance officers do, because it's not an easy job to take care of these girls at the girls' home, to guide them, to make sure that they lead a better life after their rehabilitation.
Right. So, very thankful to those, who almost seem like it's a thankless job. But thank you so much for coming in and speaking to us there. So we've been speaking with the film directors of PS, which is a public service. It's called PS Finding Love by Sufyan Saman, and PS Nothing Gold Can Stay. Now, you can also catch their films at www.psshortfilms.sg.